Hello and welcome to another episode of the Onwards and Upwards podcast with Shivani. I'm so grateful to everyone who chose to tune in, and I really hope that listening to this helps you in one way or the other. Today, we are going to discuss the laws of the universe, which I feel is so crucial to know and understand because it would make your life way easier and also help you manifest the reality of your dreams much faster. So, I'm pretty sure that you have heard of the law of attraction. It's like the most talked about law when it comes to the working of the universe. And if you haven't really heard of it by now, don't worry about it. I will discuss that in a while as well. Anyway, I feel that being familiar with just the law of attraction won't help you as much. Think of it like a mathematical problem where you are more equipped to solve it when you understand addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division instead of knowing just one of them. The bottom line is that these 7 laws come as a package, and when you understand them all, you just become more equipped to work with them. Before we head into these 7 laws of the universe, I would like to tell you that these laws are based on the premise that everything, and when I say everything, I mean everything is energy. From the colors you see to the device you're using to listen this to, all of it is energy. Also, know that your subconscious mind operates within the parameters of these laws, but our conscious mind, with the whole critical thinking ability, does not. It thinks that we can create the life we want using our sheer will, which I won't say is completely untrue, because you have to meet the universe halfway, but the job definitely becomes easier when you work with the universe and its laws. With that being said, it's time to start discussing these laws. These aren't in any particular order, all of them stand true, and there's no such thing as this law being bigger than the other. The first one I would like to discuss is the law of perpetual transmutation. It basically states that energy is always in motion and that something is always moving into and out of form, and the universe is always creating and destroying. This law, I believe, becomes extremely important when you apply it in the context of your thoughts, because thoughts, in the end, again, are a form of energy. And I'm sure you must have heard this, that where attention goes, energy flows. So the thoughts that you pay attention to the most, you are basically putting the most energy into, and are thus, by this law of perpetual transmutation, bringing into form. That's why the saying, thoughts become reality, is totally literal and real. Which is why I'm so big on paying attention to our thoughts, keeping them in check, and feeding ourselves with as much of positivity as possible. The second law is the law of relativity, which states that everything is a matter of perspective. In the universe's eyes, nothing is big or small, hot or cold, up or down. It's all relative and depends on how we perceive it. It's all just energy. Everything just exists. We attach a meaning to it. Something just happens. We decide if it's good or bad. I have an example here. Money in the universe's eyes, and I know that I'm speaking of the universe as a different entity, but that's not true at all. In a sense, you are a part of the universe and the whole universe at the same time. I'm just doing this to help you understand these concepts better. So for the universe, money is again energy. So no matter if it's 500 rupees or 50,000 rupees, the universe doesn't see any difference. It is us who have attached the meaning that 50,000 rupees is way more than 500 rupees. This is the law of relativity, that everything is pure energy in the virtue of their existence. So ultimately, this means that we have the power and we have the choice to decide what something means to us, which, if you think about it, is pretty damn liberating. The third law is the law of vibration, which forms the basis of the law of attraction. It states that everything in this universe vibrates at a particular frequency. So everything from your body to the chair you're sitting on, everything is vibrating and broadcasting a certain frequency all the time. Even your emotions have a particular vibrational frequency. This is where the terms high vibe and low vibe come from. Basically, the vibration you are in attracts more of that vibration, and your vibration at any point of time is determined by the emotions you are feeling at that very moment. I'm pretty sure that when you feel happy, loved, grateful, you feel more energetic and light in general because the frequencies we give out while feeling these emotions are pretty high. We are vibrating at a much higher level when we feel these emotions. On the other hand, you are likely to feel more sluggish, low, and heavy when you feel heavy emotions like jealousy, anger, or sadness. This is you experiencing the law of vibration on a daily basis. And because the law of attraction is based on this law of vibration, what happens is that you end up attracting more of the frequency you are broadcasting. Which means if you stay in a high vibrational state, feeling happy or grateful, you will attract more instances where you feel more happy and grateful, and vice versa. Which again is one of the reasons why I recorded the previous episode in which I discussed how happiness is more accessible than we usually think, and how you can strive to be more happy in life. If you haven't heard that yet, please do check it out. Moving on, the fourth law is the law of rhythm, according to which everything moves to and fro, or up or down, whatever you want to call it. The universe does not operate in a straight line. Everything is bound to change. For example, seasons. This, I believe, is a great way of the universe indicating to us that everything is temporary. From sadness to happiness, nothing lasts forever. The fifth one is the law of cause and effect. What you put out is what you get. In a way, I think of this as karma. If you sow a positive seed, expect a positive outcome, and if you sow a negative one, expect a negative one. Which is why I believe that it's very important to be kind, non-judgmental, and respectful to others. I mean, if not for others, just do it for yourself. The sixth law is the law of gender. So, irrespective of our gender, we all have masculine and feminine sides within us. While the masculine side is all about being out there and taking action, the feminine energy is all about receiving. So, according to this law, for your desires to come true, you need to have a balance between these masculine and feminine energies, which means that you need to take action and also be open to receiving from the universe. This law also states that for every desire that you wish to fulfill, there is a gestation period that comes along with it. You sow a seed and it takes a while for it to become a plant. Similarly, you may desire to get $100 million and not receive them the very next second, because everything in the universe happens according to its own sweet time, or what usually is called the divine timing. So it's all about balancing these feminine and masculine energies within you as long as it takes for this gestation period to get over and your desires become your reality. The last law is the law of polarity, and I find this one to be the most interesting of all of them because I think it's pretty human in a way. It states that everything has an equal and opposite. So when you create a desire, you also create a counter to that desire. For example, if you wish to have financial abundance, you are going to create a lack of that abundance as well. Think of this as a test that the universe sends along your way to test your resolve, to see how passionately you want that desire to manifest. It's really fascinating because most of us, when we are faced with such challenges along our way to fulfilling our desires, we give up. We look at it as a sign of not pursuing it, when in reality, it is the universe testing you and making you more stronger and more worthy of the desire you actually want. So in a way, things not working our way is a sign that things are actually working in our way, if that makes any sense. So don't give up on your desires, just keep persisting. To conclude, based on these 7 laws of the universe, you can say that everything you desire will come to you in a divine timing, and your only job is to balance your masculine and feminine sides while keeping your vibration high and remembering that nothing is permanent in life. Just persist towards your goals and believe that they will actually become reality. I hope this podcast helped you see this life and the way the universe operates in a different light, because learning this truly did that for me. Here's to all of us working with the universe to create the lives of our dreams. If you enjoyed listening to this podcast, please follow, subscribe, or leave a review. You can also share it with your friends or family, anyone you think who could benefit by listening to this. I will see you next time. Lots of love.